got extra drama. We got extra drama here. Dude, am I going to have 3 videos on David Jaffe coming out? Absolutely I am. Absolutely I am, because he did this to himself.
See the side scroll.
At this dude, he's going to go scorched earth on everybody, baby. He's going to go full fucking giggity schmoodle, and we're going to see it live in real time.
No, I did not see the Side Scrollers podcast. Here's what I'll tell you. Vera Dark and I clearly don't really vibe with each other. She doesn't like me. I said some mean things about her. They were not misogynistic, but they were mean. They were intentional.
They were misogynistic. Those were really misogynistic. And the fact that you're not going to admit to it, and you think that it shows to your mental midgetry.
Actually mean, but whatever. And I don't know Asmongold to save my life, but it sounds like he may not be a fan of mine either. But Side Scrollers, or at least stuttering.
Oh, look at him try to forget. He's so petty. He's trying to forget who he's talking about. He said it so fast. Stuttering. I might have to take the dick out of my mouth to be able to say this name. Craig? Bro.
Craig? That guy.
That's I'm a bigger man than you move. It's like when if my daughter, when she was old enough to have a boyfriend, brought a guy over and I kept messing up his name on purpose. It's older than the time itself. His white hair on his beard isn't even enough to prove how old that is, dude. The dude's pulling out fucking grandpa tactics to win an argument here.
I have massive issues with. I cannot. I'm not even gonna watch him to hate watch him. So no, I did not see it. I did not see it.
Oh, because I don't know their content that much, but it's probably better than yours. The only thing I watched was their DSP interview, and I thought they did a fair job with DSP.
I was not sexist to Vera. Stop the clown.
You definitely were. You definitely were. This is all cap.
I was not. I was mean to her. Trust me.
You were mean, and you said the only reason she has her job is because of the way she looks. That's definitely sexist.
Because I was worried because I knew people would think I was.
Dude, well, and then you still pushed upload. You still push upload. You deserve all of this shit.
But I was like, this is not, I know people will think this is sexist or misogynistic.
And the thing that makes it worse, the thing that makes this look all worse is the whole thing he did behind this was he said how much smarter he was than her, and then never really addressed any actual arguments, and then just started commenting on her looks, and that's the reason she's popular. He never addressed anything. All he did was make fun of her appearance because and the fact that she had a platform because she was a woman. That was all that was his only fucking defense, was throwing shit and telling you he was smarter than her. That was it. You had nothing else. And it's sad because of how you had to preface it with how smart you are.
But it's really not. And I was checking with women.
Oh, and you checked with women. Hold on.
Misogynistic. But it's really not. And I was checking with women. I'm like, hey, watch this for me, because I maybe I'm wrong, because I can be wrong.
Dude, I said that all people of color were dirty thugs, but it's not racist because I asked my black friend, though. This is the type of arguments he would use in the same tactics. See, this is what it feels like to go down to somebody's level. It's grimy. It's grimy down here, and that's what you do on a daily basis. You don't make actual arguments. You make fucking bullshit, and then you sling it, and then you pretend that you're the more virtuous, smart person in the room. And look at here, you're getting called out for it, because if you would have made actual arguments, broke down everything she said in the video, spent the time to go through her entire video instead of just taking the first few seconds and finding some little straw man arguments to win your little fucking shit throwing war, you would have looked better.
Everybody's got a blind spot. I would hate to think I actually would say something sexist or misogynistic, but in this...
I would hate that. But in this case, she's a dirty fucking nasty twat Republican person, I guess.
Ace. I was like, I don't think it is. But again, I could still be wrong. Educate me if I am. But my understanding of misogyny... Yeah, so like the Popo says you implied that she only has a channel and audience because of her hair and her looks, and because she's a woman. That's not sexist. That's not misogynistic. That's me being mean.
The only reason Kamala Harris was was fucking as vice president was because she was a woman. That's sexist. That's sexist. Now, I know that Biden said he was going to pick a woman of color, and then so he had already made that jurisdiction. What I think is like sexist to just like pick somebody only because of their characteristics. I mean, it's also racist to only pick somebody because of their characteristics. It's like you go into an interview and it's because you're the right shade on the fucking shade dial. You deserve the job. That's fucking wrong. Anytime you start judging somebody on their gender or race, that's just kind of fucked. Like, it's fucking sexist. It's fucking racist. If you were using it in the connotation of it being somebody of color. It is what we're calling a spade here, David Jaffe. It's not complicated as we're not doing math, so you should be able to figure it out.
To her, in saying the only thing, in my opinion, based on what I've seen of hers, that allows her to be able to do what she does is she is an attractive or semi-attractive woman, talking to a bunch of nerds.
Oh. So now it's because all the nerds are fucking simps. But if they were simps, wouldn't they be going to a channel with some big-ass tits where there was a lot of cleavage, David Jaffe? Seems like your argument has holes in it, kind of like every argument you make. Huh, whoopsie, fucksy doozies. Oh, you can't figure it out because your brain's not as big as you thought it was.
Is it mean? Oh, yeah. Is it cruel? Of course. I mean, she was similarly in both of her previous clips the same to me. And yes, it dealt with her being a woman, but that wasn't me.
Well, this is what you do, right? This is what you do to where you don't actually win an argument, but you try to make it look like you win an argument. What you do is you take somebody. You don't listen to a fucking thing they say, and then when you go to have a rebuttal, you say something like, "I'm sorry that you're ugly and fucking fat." And they're like, "What?" "Well, you're ugly and fat. So your opinion's invalid to me because you're ugly and fat, and you wouldn't be anywhere if you weren't ugly and fat and weren't here to be made fun of." So you're not addressing any actual argument. You're just fucking pulling shit out of your ass and then throwing it on screen, but you're being mean about it. So you think that you're getting them because you're being mean. Because you're sinking down. But that's not an argument. That's not actually winning. You're just throwing shit. You're a shit thrower.
Talking about women and like, oh, women can only do this job if, or I don't like or trust.
But that was the implication, and you like to hover over those implications a lot. You did this with the Forspoken thing. You hovered over the implication that anybody who didn't like that game was a racist. Was a fucking racist, and they don't like brown women. And because brown woman in game equals bad game. You made the implication that anybody who didn't like that game and was rooting for it to fail was a fucking bigot. But now you're here and you say all this vile shit about the only reason she's made it to her place is being a woman. And the implication's there. But you're going to pretend the implication's not there because we're talking about you here. We're talking about me. We're talking about me. We're talking about we're talking about number one. Oh my. We're talking about you, buddy. And you can't even take the fact that your own arguments are working against you in this situation.
To women, no one can look at my channel and suggest that that's my history or that's the way I feel. Or
no, because I'm too progressive to be that way. Didn't you know I'm a progressive? We're not like that. How could you have the audacity to think that, even though that's exactly what I said and how I acted? Sure, I said the N-word. Does that mean I hate black people? No. Oh, this is fun. I see why he does this now. I see why he does this, because this is way more fun than actually taking an argument and battling somebody on the actual premises of a topic. No, it's way more fun to throw shit.
Any of my actions or anything. So it sounds more like what you're saying is you don't like it when someone swings back at a woman metaphorically. I would only hit a woman if she was huge and bigger than me.
That's funny. That was a good joke. I find him entertaining. It just sucks that he's so ingrained in this political mind rot. He doesn't He doesn't, and it's just so lacking this such self-awareness that he doesn't understand he's just as bad as every one of these guys. He's the fucking Grums of YouTube.
And she was attacking me. But metaphorically, I'll hit one all day because I don't. What do I care? It's just it's it's the same thing. We're both equal at that point, right? Okay, so if you said that about Laura Fryer, what you said about Vera Dark, that would be misogynistic because she has experience and insight. Right. Or if I said that about Alana Pierce, what I would say about...
Oh my god, dude. I called this the last time. When I said he would have called it sexist if they would have said that Melissa McCarthy only got her job because she was a woman. And now he's going on this side that, oh, well, I know these people and I believe that they're like this. And obviously it'd be sexist if they attacked them because I know them and they believe similar things to me. But it's not sexist if they're a dirty, rotten fucking right-winger. If they're a dirty right-winger, they're obviously, I can say whatever the fuck I want because rules for me and not for thee. Teedle-leedle-leedle-lee.
About Alana Pierce is Alana Pierce has a leg up in the content creation space talking to nerds because she is very attractive as just a visual attractive woman. But she's also talented, experienced, she edits well, she writes well, and she's got interesting insight into the business.
And you didn't actually break down any of this bitch's actual arguments. Now, I haven't seen her video, probably not going to watch it because this is more fun than watching a breakdown on him, is watching him self-implode and beat himself with his own arguments. But it's funny that you can take her stuff and you can say that objectively she doesn't work hard enough and objectively she's not smart enough when you don't know jack and shit about her. And then, but if it's applying to somebody that you like, it's then sexist. This doublespeak is fucking nuts, dude. He's fucking beating himself down with his own arguments right here. He's it's sexist in this situation, but not sexist in that situation. So if somebody else were to say that Alana Pierce only got her job because she's a woman and she doesn't deserve it, well, they're sexist. But not me when I do it because this is a different situation.
It's both as a voice actress, as a writer now in the business, and as a journalist who worked at IGN. That's just a description of that particular woman. Now, you could argue that Vera Dark has a lot more going for her than her looks. And I'm sure some of you think she does, and that's fine. And I made it clear to say, in my opinion, based on what she said about me, I don't watch her content. She may be excellent.
So you don't watch her fucking content. So right now, everything you said is spitting out your ass. So how do you know that she's better at editing? How do you know that this other bitch doesn't deserve it? But then you go to her, you go to this girl that you don't like, and you make all of these assumptions to back up the claim that you're not sexist because that looks bad for your progressive points on the internet. Wow, you're such a fucking clown, David Jaffe. You've literally destroyed yourself with your own fucking arguments, with your own fucking doublespeak throughout this entire video. I don't even have to input. It's just fun at this point. I'm sitting over here and I'm wishing I had fucking popcorn so that I could enjoy this mental degradation in real time and just watch yourself beat the shit out of yourself.
But based on what she said about me, and frankly, based on if you go to her page, I mean, most of her shit is just mean-spirited.
It's mean-spirited. Like, you do the same thing when it comes to right-wing people. Like, you don't slop it out like she slops it out. But at the same time, you're doing the same thing for the left wing. It's just that you don't like her opinions. And that's okay. You can say, I don't like your opinion. I don't find any value in it. I disagree fully. But you went low and honestly kind of gross. If we're going to play the virtue signaling war, you went low and gross, which normally you would call sexist and bigoted. But in this case, it's not because you don't like her. You don't think that she has any integrity. So you don't believe you have to show her any integrity.
Fuck liberal tears, blah, blah, blah. So forgive me, if you can't point to me and show a history of anything like misogyny, sexism, cruelty, homophobia.
Dude, you literally have an example now on your last time talking about her, but because you think that she's bad, you think that it's okay to say that. It's not how it works. You can't just like pick and choose when it works for this argument. If it's not a good argument, then you're building a bridge for fucking semi trucks out of dried semen.
Be a racist. It's not in my wheelhouse. It doesn't exist. I have
it does exist. You did it in your last video talking about her.
blind spots like everyone else, and I might say something that's like, oh shit, I didn't realize that. But for the most part, you won't. But you go to her channel, just look at her videos. You know, everything's negative. Everything's about the woke mind virus.
Yeah, dude, but you do the same thing for like playing protection course for the left. There's really no difference. There's no difference. Anytime there's a drama that the woke people are going after, the anti-woke people are going after it, you do the pro-woke thing. And then you belittle any argument that could have against it. And you said you'll hear these arguments. These arguments are okay. And if you correlate it back to like the bigger problem or this or that, then you're like, well, wait, then it's racist. Then it's racist. It's always this. You're willing to come and play defense force, but as soon as somebody picks your arguments apart, oh, well, then they're the problem. They're a piece of shit. They're a garbage human. They only have this because of this and this and this, and say all the things that you would call them out for. But now that you're getting called out for it, it just doesn't exist. You don't have a history of it.
For the most part, like, I mean, there's nothing, you know, and forget her talking about me, you know, it's all about stirring up the base of people who hate and feel like victims of the left, and that's fine. It's a valid business model. She does.
Oh, see, it's all about the money here. See, this is such a, like, none of these people, they can't have honest opinions. They don't honestly believe that, because that would make no sense. That would make no sense. Only my way's right. So you having any other opinion is invalid, and I hate this, dude. I fucking hate people like this. I've always hated this type of ideology. I don't like people who do what she does. I don't like when your whole thing is, oh, we gotta own the left or whatever. Now, do I have problems with the dialogue in games and a lot of this woke shit? Yes, I do. But I'm not gonna make my whole channel fucking simping over it. I hate people like this and Andy Pants Gaming and I know there's a million other Synthetic Man and shit. I don't like them. I find them to be insufferable. But just as equally, I find people like him and BreadTubers just as insufferable. Because you're the same thing, you just don't realize it. You're not willing to look in the mirror and say, I am that monster.
Really well. But don't come at me because I'm calling her out for it. She goes to a lot of angry men who feel like victims and feel like they're not being heard, and she happens to be really attractive.
Well, and see, you do the opposite. You belittle men. You belittle everybody who doesn't believe in your same opinion, so obviously people are going to be more willing to hear like a sympathetic, like, oh, these guys are like, there's other people who believe the same thing as me, I'm going to be attracted to that. You just beat down on people all the time and wonder why people are mad at you. Look in the mirror, David Jaffe. It's not that hard. Self-reflection.
Or you know what I'm not going to say? I'm not going to. She's an attractive woman. I like redhead. She's attractive. She's young enough.
Dude, he does want to fuck her. He does want to fuck her, and he's just mad that she doesn't have the same ideology as him. He's so mad about it, bro. He's like, why doesn't she have an OnlyFans? Why can't I get in on this redheaded queen? Why can't I buff her pussy out with some God of War dick?
To be my kid, I don't want to date her. I'm not being creepy, but I can look at someone objectively.
No, dude, he's being creepy, but he's justifying his creepiness. I see you, David Jaffe. I see what you're doing. I think she's hot, but I wouldn't fuck her. She's like the age of my kid, but you know, she's pretty fuckworthy, but I wouldn't fuck her. Not my type. But I'm a big fan of redheads. I totally like fucking redheads. What's her number? Let's
objectively and go, oh, that's an attractive woman. And, you know, sorry. But that's not sexist. It's not misogynistic. You think they don't bring in you know, attractive people in movies who may not be the best actors just because they're attractive? Sure.
Yeah, but like at the same time, if somebody was to complain about the looks of somebody and things, oh well, it's sexist then. Or if it's like, oh well, you just want to play it because there's a hot woman. Well, okay, like sure. And you would make these arguments against stuff like that, but then in this situation, you're not okay with it. Oh, so if you want to know the whole thing, I kind of reflect this, and I watched a video a while ago about like David Jaffe went off about this one bitch, and the only reason she has a platform is because she's a woman and because she's attractive. He said basically a bunch of sexist shit, and now he's defending himself, saying it wasn't sexist. It's not sexist because he said it, obviously.
Sure. Of course they do. She's too old for Pete Turtle. Dano Genesis says, your looks have nothing to do with this milestone of 49 months being a member. Thank you, buddy, you son of a bitch. Have a good one. Good night. Hey, I know what side my bread's buttered on. I had this guy in the chat the other day, Courtney Williams. And people were like, why are you flirting with Courtney? I'm like, I'm not. I can just...
Dude, he's fucking simping. We know David Jaffe's simping so hard. He simps so hard. He's such a sad, lonely guy that all he has is left-wing politics. And well, I hate Jaffe, but was he right? No. This wasn't even a chick who was... This wasn't like an Amaranth type bitch, dude. Like, where am I at right now? 517? This is her channel, bro. This is her channel. She does, like, anti-woke stuff. And he was mad because she had a call out on him. And so anytime David Jaffe gets into an argument, anytime David Jaffe has the audacity to get into an argument with somebody, it's because of the fact that they have, like, a right-wing perspective or something. And then he decides to straw man the fuck out of the argument. He'll pick the video that's tearing him down. He'll watch, like, a minute of it, find some nitpicky shit to complain about, fight to his absolute teeth over that nitpicky shit, and then end the video. And it makes him look like an asshole every single time because he doesn't know how to do this. He'll say that somebody else doesn't know how to do this, that they're not good enough for this game. But then he'll sit there and be like, you know, I don't lie to my audience. I'm not a grifter. But by the way, I don't think Trump was shot, or maybe he was. I'm not going to make a stance on it, but it could have been a hoax. I did read this book about the WWE thing before. If you're a hot chick, you can make bank in the manosphere stuff. Oh, absolutely. You can make bank as a hot chick doing the left-wing stuff. There's this chick that is like a Hassan Piker light. I can't remember her name, but she's fucking fine. And she's always got, like, massive cleavage showing. She's always, like it's like, you know what she's doing. This chick never shows cleavage. Like, just, this is a cut from her page, right? Turtleneck. Up to her fucking neck. Not even low enough to see her boobs. Like, she's not trying to do that. But he even in the same video made arguments on the fact that, like, if it was somebody else in the industry that he personally agrees with, the things he said would have been sexist. But because it's toward her, and because he thinks that her channel is slop, even though he's only watched 1 minute of her videos, that makes everything he said not sexist. We're kosher, bro. You're the one who's fucking racist. That's kind of what's going on. We were at 517, I think.
Flirting with Courtney. I'm like, I'm not. I can just recognize a good-looking man. I'm like, I'd love to be a good-looking dude. I'm not. I get it. You know? On my best night, I'm competing with Danny DeVito for the ladies left over at the bar. Shut up. That's not nice. The point.
Bro, he has the fucking Keemstar button. So annoying, bro. Dude, he's so hypocritical to the point that he argues against himself in every video. It's hilarious, dude. He honestly is one of my favorite locals. But also, dude, he has the fucking Keemstar button. I hate when Keemstar hits that button. It's like the Review Tech USA fucking laugh track, bro.
That I get it. I'd play to that strength if I could. Hell, there's this one guy who hates me, won't put his shirt back on. He wants everybody to know.
He's talking about, oh no, it's Alex, dude. And the thing that sucks with Alex is him and Alex have been on a call before, and Alex cooked him by using David Jaffe's own logic against him. I'm not the biggest oh no, it's Alex fan. I like him. I've enjoyed his content in the past. He is incredibly easy to get a hold of and talk to. And he was honestly, like, helpful with me on some stuff, and I appreciate him. I don't watch a ton of his content, but I do find him entertaining, and I did like, there was one time, there's this YouTuber named, what's his name? Fratanga Plays. His name is Fratanga Plays, and he had David Jaffe on to argue about Forspoken, and I remember him being there, and David Jaffe was just, Fratanga shouldn't have done that debate. Fratanga was high the entire time, like, because he smokes too much weed. he was waiting for an own. David Jaffe was waiting for an own, and it didn't really get anywhere until fucking Alex showed up, fucking appealed to his ego, and then cooked him on his own logic. It was brilliant. It was brilliant how he did it. But that's the thing. He wants people to, like, appeal to him and, like, fucking cater to him all the time because he remembers being the big man in house. When he was the big bad creator of God of War, everybody wanted to suck his schlong. And now nobody gives a fuck about him and all he has is politics.
Out. He's always streaming without his fucking shirt on. And I'm not talking about Review Tech USA. That's a bit. This guy literally part of his set.
Oh my god, dude. He just offended Review Tech USA, bro. This is how weird these people are. This is how weird these fucking political guys are. This is so fucking dumb. I hate when right-wing guys do this. Like, oh, because fucking Dr. Disrespect's on my side, I'm gonna overlook all of his allegations. Cringe, you're fucking garbage. Oh, because Review Tech USA has the same politics over me, I'm gonna overlook all of his fucking faults. What a clown, dude. Oh, well, it's a bit when he does it. It's not a bit when this guy does it because this guy has the same politics as me. Ha ha ha.
There's no shirts within 20 yards of my camera when I stream. I don't know what his name is. I think it's Alex. Oh no, it's Alex. Like, dude, put a fucking shirt on.
It's the same bit. They both have the same bit. Like, I've seen Alex's stream where he gets like a certain amount of money as a donation. And he takes his shirt off. It's like a thing. That's why his streams get so fucking cringy with the gay shit. Like, I enjoy good gay joke. I like not like making fun of gay people, but like, yeah, it's crazy how many people look past Dr. Disrespect's incident. Until I have, like, chat logs or anything proving he's, like, good, I'm still going to be suspect of it. But I do believe in innocent until proven guilty. I just think we need more information before I'm going to ever, like, say he's in the clear. But, like, I used to, like, I'm, like, cool with, like, the jokes that it's, like, making, like, oh, dude, like, my asshole be spreading shit, but like that's all Alex's bit, and it gets a little annoying. And Alex also does this thing where he gets upset with something somebody says, and then he does this like fucking dead air thing where he's just reacting like, oh, it's so stupid. And he puts fucking Morrowind music on. I find it insufferable. I like his standalone videos, but I do not like his live streams. But it's so funny that he doesn't understand that this is a bit. Because he didn't like him.
Weird. But hey, if I had his body, I'd probably do the same fucking thing. 1 minute says, I just realized you're hated by the right wing and the liberals. You're doing great, Jaffe. Fine with me, man. You know, fine with me. What do you want from me? I try to be nice to everybody. I like...
No, you don't! You don't fucking try to be nice to everybody. Anytime anybody says anything disparaging of what you said or is crucial or critical about anything you say, you go fucking scorch earth and you become the meanest person in the room every fucking time. You will say the most fucking racist, sexist shit out of pocket because you don't like the person. Okay, maybe not racist. I'm just for the context of me laughing at you right now, it's because of this stupid shit. You being a nice guy, David Jaffe, you've never been known for being a nice guy. I'm pretty sure like the industry people has hated working with you.
People, I really do. I like people. They're good. They're good eggs. Even the ones that call me an idiot, I don't care.
Oh, dude, I'm a good egg. I'm a fucking good egg. Let's go! David Jaffe likes me.
We're all just trying to get by. Seriously. X Vault Salt. Jaffe, why are you so concerned about why Hypnotic makes so much money? I'm not. I didn't know who he was until yesterday.
You do. He like strawmans it. Like his whole argument's like, oh, he's just trying to make money off of me. It's all a grift, this and that. And then when he gets called on it, he's like, well, I don't actually care. It's not that big of a deal. It's this fucking elitist perspective. It's so funny, dude.
I don't plan on ever crossing paths with him again. He's not on my radar. I did think it was interesting. I'm always curious why.
Oh, this is where we get to the tea. He always says, I'm done with him. And then he goes into greatness. This is where greatness fucking happens.
That I took away from that Hypnotic conversation was the people who don't put themselves on camera. And I'm not judging. Maybe they have a job and they're going to say some salty shit, or maybe they feel insecure about the way they look, or maybe they're famous. Maybe it's like, dude, you're the guy who does.
Oh my God. Oh my god, dude. He's going on a tirade about internet. This always happens whenever somebody's like mad at a faceless channel. They're like, "Oh, you're not strong enough to show your face." But because he's pigeonholed himself in this position of like where he has to empathize with fucking everything, he can't just be an asshole. He can't actually say they're too much of a pussy to show their face. He has to preface it with all these other bullshits because, oh no, I'm for this and I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, but I also want to be an asshole. So how do I write that line? It's so funny watching him battle himself.
That's the news. I don't fucking know. But I would tell you
For
that,
real, dude. Imagine having, I just got to chat, imagine having all the money and time David Jaffe has and not hiring a personal trainer. I absolutely do not understand that, dude. Like, I'm Tubby. But I also work full time. I like come home. I have to do this. I have to also be a good dad and get all this other shit done that I never have time for it. Like, is he still making games? I don't know. I don't know, dude. I don't know what he does other than sit online and just be a fucking slop creator. Like, I'm a slop creator. It's fine to be a slop creator. But what are you doing right now?
that it's always weird when people are just like hiding behind an alias. Just who are you? You know, why do you need to do that? But that doesn't negate whatever his points are. If they're valid points, they're valid points. But my point is that's all.
Well, it doesn't negate him, but he's also negating it with it. God, he's the worst double speaker to ever live.
I've thought about as it relates to Hypnotic, but P Turtle's the same. Stoner Joe. P Turtle's exactly the same. I'm like, dude, you tell me you're this alpha masculine guy. You're good looking. The ladies all come running. Well, show me. You spoke about.
Dude, he's like, please show me, dude. Please. I'm David Jaffe, and I want to suck your cock.
Two guests on your last stream. Well, yeah, because that was the stream he was on, but I haven't thought about it since. I don't even know what you're talking about. I don't really remember the conversation other than going, I didn't think he was. It's wrong to say I don't think he was. You know what? I'm not going to say anything because all it's going to do is look.
Whoa, smart move by David Jaffe, shutting his big fucking trap for a second. Oh man,
he should go with God, have a good life. He doesn't like me.
Don't you fucking judge me, chat. Or you judge you can judge David Jaffe, but this is my chat, goddammit. I need you guys to all take a knee and slurp, baby. No, I'm just kidding. I love you all.
He thinks I'm a piece of shit. And that's totally fine. He thinks I abuse my kids. He thinks I'm a bad dad. And
see, I don't know anything. I hate when people go after like there's like video evidence of Review Tech being like a douchebag and like not being the greatest dad. So he has like ammo against him. But like anybody who just calls somebody a bad dad just because they're progressive, it's kind of dumb. It's just like that's not really it's not your business. You know what I mean? Like you don't know. He could be the fucking world's greatest dad. It might just be his act for the camera. Like, I'm an asshole on camera, but I'm completely different with my daughter.
And no matter what I said to him, no matter what I said to Stuttering Craig, no matter what I would say to Melanie Mack, which I talked to her as well, you know, it doesn't matter when you discuss it in good faith.
But you don't discuss anything in good faith, David Jaffe. That's the problem. You're not willing to understand other perspectives. This is something that, like, even they don't understand as well. That, like, you're talking to Melanie Mack. She doesn't understand how to understand somebody else's perspective. She's just as fucking bad as you. But she's just, like, she's an abrasive asshole on the right. You're an abrasive asshole on the left. So if you guys are going to have a conversation, it's not going to get anywhere. Because you guys are abrasive fucking assholes. Wow, dude. I'm mathing like a motherfucker. And David Jaffe's bad at math, so he can't figure it out. But like, if you're gonna go into a conversation with somebody, you have to go in and be willing to understand their perspective and be like, yeah, I understand that's how you feel, and I understand that these are important issues for you, but like that, I understand why you feel but you have to understand how I feel, where I think that this is getting shoved at me and it's ruining the dialogue, ruining IPs I care about. And if they do want to add characters like that, why don't they add new characters and then like actually flush them out and write them as good characters instead of just having them sit here and lecture me about how I'm a piece of shit? See, that's understanding both perspective. And it's like, I can look over and be like, yeah, I know you want more representation, but we should get representation from organic places instead of like shoving them into characters that we care about, because all you're doing is making an enemy out of everyone. Like, that's a fair fucking thing to do. Like, I never had a problem with Forspoken, like, having a color or a person of color as a protagonist. I had a problem with the fact that everything was shoved in my face and the dialogue was so fucking cringe. It's just like, that's the problem with this writing, is it wants to play everything off as a joke, and also shit. It's like, oh, MCU, but it doesn't really actually make a statement. All it does is tell you things. And he doesn't understand that because he refuses to see the other perspective. He'll touch his toe into it, but he'll never actually go into the perspective.
That's not what they're about.
Or he'll preface it with calling you a bigot, which is combative already.
And so what's the point, right?
I don't want to find out that we're not.
And you're right. He does everything out of ego. He does absolutely everything out of his ego. You'd think half the country was gay in a POC if you went by just like ads on video games. Yeah, no, exactly, dude. Exactly. 100%. 100%. That's exactly what you would think, because it's so inundated to the world we live in. It's such a fucking, like, giant cosm of, this is such a thing that they're shoving on you, that even people that have no problem, like, I was, like, for gay marriage. And I remember growing up in a conservative town and not really understanding why people were against it. Like, why can't they do what they want? Like, why are we trying to impede on other people's lives? Like, that seems anti-American to me. But I'm not going to sit here and lecture somebody on it. Like, I'm not going to say, oh, you have to like everything that's gay all the time. And then, like, expect me to just sit here and be like, you know, that's good because I agree with the message. If you don't agree with the message, you're a bigot. Not to look at it and be like, yeah, this is shittily written and honestly kind of weaponizing and feels a little bit like propaganda. Like, that's the problem, and that's what David Jaffe doesn't understand.